Melissa Carney is beyond furious with Optus. It's not because she couldn't check emails or scroll social media. It's because the 12-hour outage put her children's lives at risk. Her two youngest have epilepsy, and their schools had no way of contacting her in the case of an emergency. And those emergencies happen often, 12 times in the last month alone. Melissa joins me now. Melissa, we really appreciate your time, and I think we all rely on our phones, but you need yours more than most.
So much more. It's a matter of safety. It's not a matter of luxury and leisure. It's safety.
So Emma and Chase, Emma's 13, Chase is 6. They were both diagnosed with epilepsy as toddlers, and Emma's is more serious. It's termed uncontrolled. So your phone and the ones they carry can be the difference between life and death.
Absolutely. At any point in time, and the way they're set up too, I can be providing CPR to a child and know that I can hit a few buttons on my phone and help is coming. I didn't have that yesterday.
Talk me through those feelings yesterday, and when you first realised you couldn't get a hold of your kids, what did you do?
Well, my kids had actually just started walking to school, but of course, as they left, I then realised that they can't call me, I can't call them. So for their trip to school, if something went wrong, I would have no way of knowing. And then it was a matter of, well, okay, I can't even check that they've arrived at school, and we have seizures quite regularly. How are they going to call me? What is my child just going to go to hospital and no one will let me know? Could something be serious happening here? She could be dead, and who's going to call me? How are they going to get a hold of me? But about an hour after I still had nothing, I started knocking on neighbours' doors and found somebody who was with Telstra and rang the school first to check they were safe, and sort of gave them my neighbour's phone number and sort of found an alternative Wi-Fi connection and was able to have them email me if there was a problem. But of course, that's not instant, and seconds matter with epilepsy. Like, there's brain damage within 5 minutes, so seconds matter. And sure enough, we did have an event yesterday where I did receive an email to say, by the way, a seizure has occurred, and look, she is okay, but this is happening. And by the time I get that, 10 minutes has passed, and so you start to get really concerned, and I couldn't do anything. I was powerless. If I got in my car and went to the school, no one could contact me.
Wow, so Emma actually had a seizure just after lunchtime yesterday. It sounds like yesterday was hell for you.
It was so stressful, so stressful. And, you know, we were very lucky. It was a very minor seizure and she was okay. But it was still an event that I should have been able to receive a call, and I couldn't.
Look, we know you couldn't call 000 from a landline yesterday, but for a period of time you say you couldn't even do that from your mobile.
No. So in the morning, I had SOS appear on my phone, and then I actually got quite worried then, and I sort of said to my neighbour, I think it was, oh, I don't think I can call 000. And when I tried to make that call, it just nothing. So quite literally, I couldn't call 000 from a mobile phone. I was, when they were saying, don't worry, you can still call 000 from a mobile phone, you couldn't.
So, I mean, it's just a reminder, isn't it, of how much we rely on technology when all of a sudden it's not there and it's not available as it was yesterday.
Oh, so much. And I think that's where it's lost with Optus right now, and particularly with the CEO. I'm angry, and I wasn't angry, but I'm angry because this isn't just, we rely on technology, sure, we like to scroll Facebook and we like to check our emails and, you know, play games or whatever it might be, but for a lot of us, and I really mean that, quite a lot of us, it's life or death. When that connection goes down, it can have serious consequences, and it almost did for us yesterday, and it did in the sense that stress, that wasn't fair. And especially for that amount of time, and for a CEO to come on and go, oh, but it was just a day. We give you good service every other day. If you were a doctor and failed for just a day, you'd be in jail. I actually felt sorry for Optus. I'm thinking, my gosh, these poor people must be working so hard and they're getting all of these complaints and stores are being bombarded. And I was understanding of that, as stressed as I was, and believe me, I was stressed. I did understand from their side that I'm sure it wasn't intentional, it wasn't malicious. But then for the CEO to come on and sort of say, look, we are very sorry, I've been saying it all day, it's actually disgraceful. I don't think she understands the impact that had on real people, because it wasn't just one day. Like, this wasn't just, I couldn't scroll Facebook. You endangered life today. So I feel like that wasn't taken seriously.
And Melissa, on top of this, you were also a victim of the now infamous hack. Can I ask, will you stick with Optus after this?
No. We definitely will be changing over to Telstra as soon as possible, or to another provider as soon as possible. Clearly, I gave them a chance after the hack. Clearly, they've got some issues going on at Optus. They've lost my trust completely.
All right, well, Melissa, we're just so glad that the kids are okay, and we all hope this never happens again. Thank you.
Thank you.
And Optus has just told us how it's going to repay customers for the stress caused. 200 gigabytes of free data. Really? I think there are plenty who will tell them where they can stick that free data.